You know what a stage mother is? Hmm? Yeah, she is the one who wants to see her daughter get on stage, and they have a piano, and she can play the piano, she can sing, she can dance, and she has a good body. Having a good body helps a lot. And as I would have told her, do you know how to make coffee? What do you mean? Do you know how to make coffee? And can you type? Well, because if you really want to be in the theater, you have to learn to make coffee and type. One way to be in the theater is be the secretary to the stage manager. Guarantee you're going to have a job. Yeah. But you want to be an actress. Well, one way to be an actress is to meet everybody. You meet the actors, you meet the director, you meet the crew and everything else. And well, yeah, there's always room for a secretary who can make coffee for the stage manager or the directors, or get the roles and everything else. And you say, well, I don't want to do that. You may think that very is. I have known people who have become movie producers by learning to type and can type and get coffee. And they, well, why? Because in the field of when I was going to school and other occupations, is that there was always a turnover. The director of the house would, well, I can get a better job somewhere else, or I can start my own business. And yeah, but the old saying, you can handle a camera, but if you really want to get into something, start off by learning to type, take notes, shorthand, and make coffee. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, yeah, well, you understand this. Every high school has a theater in it. Okay? Every college and university has a theater in it. Okay, you understand? Now, in a bachelor's degree, okay, you usually pick a subject matter. You're going to be in lighting, you're going to be into scenery, you're going to be into costumes, you're going to be into makeup. Acting is just part of the theater group. If you're into makeup, every actor needs makeup, preferably only on stage. Well, Hollywood is, the old saying about Hollywood. The actress without makeup looks like plain Jane, so you want to do that. Theater roles are, you got to remember, if you're in a independent theater, you can cross over and learn lighting, sound, the lighting board in back, sound equipment. If you're in a union, you pretty well screwed. You can only do one thing. Now, as I said, as a secretary, you can type. You happen to have the advantage of Word. Okay. In my day, I didn't have Word. By the time I got out of school, when I was getting out of school, there wasn't even a Dell. There was an Apple II, yeah, but there wasn't Word. So you got it pretty easy now. And learn how to take notes, learn how to be the script girl. Well, it doesn't pay anything. You always need a script girl. I mean, unless you're a student filmmaker, you always need a script girl there to make sure the actors are actually online and doing what they're told. Unless they're professionals and they can get away with it. You know, professional comedians can ad-lib it and like that. But those are the professionals. The amateurs are something else. And you're going to be working directly with the director. And what the thing about being a script girl is you're there from the very start of the production. If you work for the company who is financing all your thing, you're there from the very start. You're always taking notes. Today you'll be having your little smartphone or regular camera, and you're going to be there taking a lot of pictures, and recording a lot of sounds, recording this and recording that. Because if it's a dance number, script girl, you want to have a little video camera, right? Hey, you know, it's 4 or 5 jobs rolled into one, okay? Yeah, in my day, it was, you understand a Harvey Weinstein in Hollywood? Well, you have a Harvey Weinstein in Chicago and Los Angeles. And the old saying, New York stage. The Harvey Weinsteins are very popular. As I said, learn to make coffee and take notes and type. What can I say? One of the reasons that was when I got out of high school, my drama teacher sent me down to meet her brother, who was a stage manager, and he laid out the facts of life. He says, "Why, yeah, I got your resume, but you want to see something? You see that box over there?" Pointed to a box, and a lot of letters in it. Those are from high schools, okay? Teachers and drama teachers and state that, yeah, right. Whereas over there, which is the bigger pile, that's from colleges and universities. They're all looking for a job. Yes, they're all looking for a job, and they won't get one. Why won't they get one? Because this is a union house. I'm a stage manager. I'm here when we are actually having a production. I'm here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I open the place up and I close the place up. I have an office which has a shower in it. It's made that way. It's been used for decades. I get the script in my hand and I read it over, I read it over, I read it over, and I read it over. And if someone doesn't show up on one of the nights and there's not an understudy, I fill in. Which is, I should tell the girl, be an understudy. And hope the main actress breaks her leg. More you know about theater, the better it is to be. More you know about the board sitting in the front of the house, way in back, the ones that controls the lighting. If somebody doesn't show up and you can fill in because you're the understudy, that helps. If you can know sound in stage, that helps. Lighting helps, sound helps, costumes help, makeup help, everything you can do help. Be somebody they can turn to. Who knows, you might be a director one of these days. Or the actress. Or one of the things about theaters, you get to go to parties. I did a lot of party jumping when I was in school. Yeah, a lot of filming. I met Hollywood producers. I met Broadway producers, you know. Did I ever want to go into that field? No. there is no, unless you make a lot of money and have a nest egg somewhere, there's no future. Nobody ever dies. Look at it. Look at Hollywood or New York stage. Nobody retires. Nobody dies. Yeah, if you're lucky, you're going to get as a secretary to the production. And if you're good enough secretary and you can make coffee, yeah. Oh, by the way, don't drink. And the old saying about the Harvey Weinsteins, they're in there. And they may promise you something, but the second somebody says, can you fill in? Do you have an agent? A lot of the little things you keep on the side, just in case. Just in case you know the agency. Just in case you appear on the stage more than one night. Just in case. More you know, the better it is for you. And I can guarantee you it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week learning. I did that for 10 years. And then I did theater, television, movies. And why didn't I get into it? Because there's no benefits. There's no benefits. Yeah. Unless you happen to be working for the company, there are no benefits. You know, you got your own little company. Oh yeah, I'd rather work for the big guys. And I've worked for big guys. I'd rather work for the big guys, the multi-million-dollar corporations, than try to do it myself. Because when I graduated from college, my bachelor's degree, let me tell you this thing, when I graduated, 300 other people who graduated with me could do basically the same thing I could do. Of course, I was into makeup and costumes and all the other stuff. But, yeah. And so you may think about that doing if your bachelor's and then your master's. And I would get a master in something like engineering. If I had to do all this again, what I know, I would have taken as a chemical engineer. But, you know, whatever. Chemical engineer? Yeah. Chemical engineer. Because, and then work for a company for 20 years and get a pension. Of course, it's different today, isn't it? Different world, different times. But again, as I say, tell your granddaughter, really work your butt off while you're in college and when you're in that thing, because it is really hard. And if you're in a good production, let me tell you, if you're in a good theater group and people from Hollywood show up, or Saturday Night Live, because they're out there looking, hey, you never know. You might get your break. You might be a star. You might be a starlet. Or, as like a shooting star, you're seen once and that's it. Oh well, I think that's good.